Hmm? Hello guys, good morning to all. Welcome to Logistic Lab trainings. Guys, let us wait for a few more minutes so that others can join. Can anyone please confirm? Am I audible to clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for confirmation, Lata. Venkat. So guys, so before begin the session, so why don't we introduce ourselves? Can we begin the introduction with yourself so that others can join meanwhile? So you can just mention your name and where are you from and what is your occupation. You're like a student or you are working professional, something like that. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning. This is Venkat Ramadali. And I joined from US and New York. So I worked as a developer in Cisco systems.
Okay, you joined from where?
New York.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Who want to go next?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Lata. I'm connected from hardware. Currently, I'm working in Windows. So I'm switched to manual testing, testing side.
Okay, Lata, welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
Who want to go next?
Hi, I am Prasanna from Hyderabad.
Prasanna, can you please repeat again? We lost your voice.
Hi, I am Prasanna from Hyderabad. Currently, I am not working.
Okay, who want to go next? I think people are keep joining. Just wait for a few more minutes. Anybody want to introduce yourself? Please come introduce. Anybody? I see a lot of people are joined. I see only few people are introduced themselves. I see Neeraja, Muhammad, Sayali, Venkata Sriram. Can you please introduce yourself?
I have already.
Okay. Other than Venkata.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other guys? Okay, guys, I think we are already running 5 minutes late. So let me introduce myself first of all, before we begin the session. Yeah, myself is Madhu Babu, and I have total 12 plus years of software testing experience in the industry. and completely manual and automation testing, including both different type of automation tools and technologies. Worked for multiple organizations. So I have started my career in 2011 as a fresher and worked for multiple organizations like App Labs and Wells Fargo and United Health Group Technologies. These are the multiple national companies that I have been worked for so far, and currently working as a automation lead in the Coforge organization, and also working as a trainer for the Logic Lab technologies. Okay, so let me share my screen. Please confirm if you are able to see or not.
Can you please enable the chat box so that we can respond to the chat?
1 second, guys. Let me check. I just ping in the chat. Hi, were you able to see everybody?
Yes.
So you people are able to chat it?
No.
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 Need to enable independently. I have enabled for a few guys. Can you please check and ping hi?
No, not able to chat.
Still we can see chat is disabled.
Mhm. I can chat you guys, but you people are not able to chat because I think admin needs to enable your chat. So not a problem. You can interrupt me at any point of time. You can just speak out. I can respond on the same. Okay. Or else you'll also get some community with initials which you have been registered. Even there also you can comment on your experience and concerns like that, so that we can respond as well. So I would like this session more to be interactive and informative. So please feel free to respond. And if you have any questions or concerns during the session at any point of time, feel free to interrupt me so that we can discuss on that as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you please confirm if you are able to see my screen?
Yes, we are able to see.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks for confirming. Yeah. So as I introduce myself, I think let us begin the session. So here, this is the general information, guys. We want to scan a course content. You can hear the QR code is there, and the timing for this session is 9 to 10 o'clock. And this is the top numbers which we have displayed here as helpline numbers, support numbers from the Logic Lab Technologies. Okay. And you can scan here for registration, and this is the course content for the scan QR code. And this is also the general information from Logic Lab Technologies. If you have any queries or if you have any concerns related to the sessions, or if you have any questions related to any sessions on any topics, something like that, we can directly reach out these numbers, or also support at logiclabtechnologies.com. And these are the free sessions for the initial few days. And if you see that the web chat also is displayed here, and I can still just send you this web link for across you all after the session, so that you can join. If you're not able to join to the community at all, you can join to the session as well. I hope you have already registered with that. I think you are able to get that notification right on your WhatsApp.
Yes.
Yeah. I think few people already joined again. Let me allow them to talk. Yeah. So this course is about manual testing. So I think almost you people already know what is testing meant by manual testing, some general definition, right? So before we are going to know about manual testing, so let us understand what is testing basically, and in which industries our testing is there, and which areas our testing is important, and what are the major areas to be tested as a manual testing. What is the difference between automation tester and manual tester? So you can see manual testing, there are a lot of type of testings here, as you can see in the picture: GUI testing, database testing, visibility testing, regression testing, sanity testing, cross-browser testing, end-to-end testing, and business process testing. We can call it as a BPT testing as well. These are the different type of testing which need to be tested using different type of test methodologies, okay, and different type of phases. Okay, so we'll be going to learn all these things in further sessions. So I hope you, whatever people who have joined right now, they might have already gone through, but anyway, I'll be going to go through that course content once again. So what are the topics which we are going to cover as part of this session, and what are the types of testing which we are going to learn after completion of this manual automation training, manual testing training. Okay, let me share that course content so that we can go through it. So here is about the manual testing course content, guys. So we have some course objectives, what we are going to understand, and what the software development model. And these are the major course objectives that we have designed. So you will be going to get all these once you complete this manual testing training. Okay. And these are the prerequisites that I have already informed here. This is basic knowledge, computer is enough. We don't need to any coding, or we don't need to understand any rocket science or like that, because we are doing manual testing, right? So we just need a basic computer knowledge and internet connection, and beginner who want to start their career in software testing field, they can join. And if you are already tester, if you have some basic knowledge, you will be going to learn some advanced topics over there. And even for fresh graduates also, it is useful to they start their career in software testing industry. Okay. So we are going to learn into different parts in this manual testing. As an introduction part, we are going to learn what is software, what is product and project, what is software testing, why we need a testing here, and software quality, what is different type of errors, bug, values, and why there are bugs in software. So as part of our introductions, we are going to learn these concepts. And when it comes to software development lifecycle, we have different type of software development life cycles in the industry. So everybody will follow their own patterns and their own software development life cycles. One is the waterfall model, which is a very beginner software development life cycle model. So when the industry started, they have introduced this waterfall model. Everybody followed this model before they have started their career. And nowadays it is in, they have moved to different type of another software development lifecycle model, like incremental model, spiral model, V model, agile model. So now everybody is following nowadays agile days, rapid growth, and most of the people are industries are interested in following this agile model because of the flexibility of the agile model and feasibility and convenient for both stakeholders, product owners, and IT people, right? And now moving to the QA versus QC or QV. These are different type of terminologies, guys. Don't worry about this terminologies, quality analysis versus quality center or quality engineering. So we have various type of terminologies in the testing field. So everything is have their own importance here. So under that, we are going to learn again verification, versus validation, static versus dynamic testing, what is a review, walkthrough, or inspections, and the level of software testing. So there are different type of level of software testing is there, and each and every level we have to perform certain kind of testing when during that software development life cycle. Okay. There are unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and the user acceptance testing. These are the levels of software testing. Coming to these testing methodologies, as I told you, each and every testing have their own testing methodologies, like white box testing, black box testing, gray box testing. These are the different terminologies that you'll be going to learn in the upcoming session. Okay. I'm just trying to go through what you are going to learn by end of this course. Okay. Am I clear so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for confirming. Yeah. So under this black box testing types, we have another testing types: UI testing, usability testing, functional testing, and non-functional testing. Okay. And coming to the functional testing, again, we have various types of software testing. So object properties coverage, input domain coverage. So as part of this functional testing, what we are going to cover is this. We are going to cover and error handling coverage, calculations, manipulation coverage, how to do when we are working with e-commerce website, or when you are working with some third-party links and existing execution and applications. Okay. Coming to the non-functional testing, we have performance testing, load testing, stress testing, volume testing, security testing, and compatibility testings and installation testing. These are different type of testing which need to be performed using some different tools, basically. So as a manual tester, it is important to know some high level what it is exactly. See, for example, performance testing, which will be performed by the JMeter or load runner, something tools. Okay. And volume testing, stress testing. So these kind of testing will be performed by the specific tools. We have industry designed specific tools for those testing. They will give some graphics, how the application is performing. Like, okay. And testing terminologies. So we'll be going to learn what is ad hoc testing, retesting, regression testing, when it is going to be performed, and the sanity testing, smoke testing, and end-to-end testing, exploratory testing. So these are the different type of testing that we need to perform, and when we are going to perform, and who will be going to perform, and which phase. So these are the concepts which we are going to learn in the upcoming session. And after that, software testing life cycle. So this is very much important topic, guys. Software test life cycle. Okay. In this module, which we are going to learn requirement analysis, what exactly tester will do during his test life cycle. So once the build is started for testing, and what is the starting point, ending point, how it is goes, if there is any defects, what about the deadlines. Okay, test execution, test closure activities, how to plan testing. Okay, these are the concept. Now, each and every topic is big subject, guys. Again, test planning. So when you say test planning contents, you can see object. What is the objective of the test plan? Why we are doing the test plan? What is the scope? What is out of scope? What is the testing approach for that particular testing? Entry criteria or exit criteria, whether it is a manual testing or automation testing, and which environment that we are going to perform. Like we have compatible testing, like, right? So what are the environment? This test environment module will talk about different type of environments and compatibility system, operating system, like that. Coming to the use case, test scenarios, and test cases. These are the frequent words that you will be going to hear about once you started your actual testing job. Okay, they will have heard about use cases, test scenarios. Under the test scenarios, again, we need to design test cases, so that you will be understand in the upcoming session how we are going to write the test scenario, how to identify the test scenario, how to write the test steps. That you will be come to know once you practice it. Okay, and under that we have a use case, test case, positive or negative test cases. Okay. Now coming to the test case designing techniques. So while designing the test cases, we need to follow some rules and guidelines like boundary value analysis. These are the techniques, how to design the technique to cover more functionality, equivalence class partitioning, decision table testing, like this. Okay. Again, so the test suite and the test case content. So what test case will have? Okay, test case will have the test case ID, test title, and the description of the particular test case. What are the preconditions that we have to write before executing the test cases? So these are the concepts that we need to include in our test case before writing. Okay, so that others can easily understand it and able to execute it without any information. Also, they can simply learn and they able to execute it. The test case should be very much clear and it should be understandable and executable. That is the main theme of the test case design. Okay, that is you will be going to learn in future. And coming to the requirement traceability metrics, these things need to be performed after completion of testing, so that you will be come to know whether you have been covered all the test case requirements or all the user BRS document. Like, I will be telling you this BRS document and SRS document in future classes. First, just understand some high level. After completion of testing, we'll be going to do this requirement traceability matrix to make sure all the functionalities has been covered or not. Okay. Test data, test environment setup, test execution. And coming to the defect model. So if you can see in the defect model, you need to understand defect reporting, how to report the defect, and what are the content will be there in the default report content, and what are the process that we need to follow while running the defect, and how many type of defects will be there. Defect severity, priority, resolution. That means we are measuring about the complex of the defect. Am I clear so far, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I see few more people join. Let me allow them to talk. I've seen few new folks join, guys. Welcome to Logic Lab Technologies. Again. So we are just covering what are the course content here. I hope you are following it. Can anyone please confirm? Just respond, guys. Yes, no, that would be fine.
Yeah, we are following.
Yeah. So now coming to the bug life cycle module. Here we have states of defects, zero defect flow, and test cycle closures. So what are the activities that we need to perform as part of this bug life cycle? What are the stages we have in each and every bug, and during that rising to completion, what are the different type of stages are there? And coming to the QA testing activities, test metrics, test efficiency versus test effectiveness. These are the different concepts that we are going to learn as part of this module. And coming to this, what is agile process? This will be going to cover under the software development life cycle high level. And when it comes to this module, we'll be going to know this model more detailed. What is this process? Because industry is moving towards the agile process only, right? So we'll be going to learn deeply about this, what is agile process in software development life cycle, and what are different type of meetings will be there, like ceremonies in agile. Okay, what is sprint grooming, sprint planning, how it will do, and who will do it, and when it will start. These are the concepts that you will be going to learn at the end of the session as part of software development life cycle. Okay, so this is about the course content that we have designed. So we'll be going to cover everything, and let us start with the introduction. So we'll come to know what is what. Okay. Yeah. So as we're talking about what is software, before we are going to learn about software testing, first learn about what is software basically. It is very much important. Okay. As in the general form, you might have already know in your day-to-day life, you might have already heard about this word. What is software? Software. In your mind, what you are thinking about the software? Can anyone give some general definition, not a practical example? Just give some general definition. What is software? Anybody? Just some general definition. Yes, you might have already heard about this word, right? Software. I hope everybody using mobile
Like
phone.
a simple program actually. It's a
Mhm.
collection of instructions and data.
Very good. Anybody? I hope everybody using smartphones, right? What is that inside? It's a software. And everybody currently watching laptop, right? What is that inside? It's a software. Just a general definition I'm saying. Okay. If you can see the general definition, a software is a collection of computer programs that help us to perform a particular task, right? In general language, it is set of instructions or data or programs used to operate a computer and execute a specific task. So we are going to design a specific instructions and commands and set of programs and functions we are going to design in order to perform our own task in general definition, right? That is about the software. It can be anything. It can be any industry. Okay. We are giving some instruction to the computer to perform particular task. That is nothing but a software. See, how many type of softwares we have? We have system softwares, programming softwares, application software. We have sorted different type of software applications, right? So in the industry, we can see the system software type. If you can see what comes under that system software, device drivers, operating system, servers, and utilities, etc. Right? What is these device drivers? Does anybody confirm? What do you mean by device drivers here? It is also one type of software testing, right? This type of software testing basically, see, for example, we are using everything. We are using wireless mouse, we are using speakers, we are using some third Bluetooth, something like that. We are simply plug and play with our systems, right? Are you following, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we insert any pen drive or wireless mouse in the software in a laptop, what it is saying actually? It is simply performing the task. It is simply plug and play, simply. That means prior to that, what it is has been installed, device drivers. Device drivers has been installed in your laptop or desktop before performing the plug and play, right? So these are the system software we will call. So in order to use this wireless mouse or pen drives or any other Bluetooth devices, it is simply we are able to use because of these device drivers has been installed in your operating system. And this is the OS, second one, operating system, Windows operating system, Linux operating system. So what we call it is a platform. Operating system is a platform. We are going to be install our softwares under that particular platform. So that is also system software and servers. We have different type of servers, right? For example, we have a large amount of data, which has, for example, Facebook is there, WhatsApp is there. We are sending images and sharing it, and where exactly it is storing. Even though we delete our WhatsApp, where it is storing actually, we have a data center servers, right? So those are the system softwares. So far clear, guys? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks for confirming. So coming to the programming software. Programming software is nothing but compilers, debuggers, interpreters. What we call compilers means, so when we are executing some certain program or functions or methods, we have some compilers, right? For example, there is a Java program. We are going to write in a Eclipse IDE. When we are writing with instructions and with Java programming, and when we run it, we are getting some output. We are giving some input and we are getting some output, right? How it is happening? Because of the compilers. Compilers is nothing but a programming software. So they have certain designs and set of rules and guidelines for executing a program. If there is any errors or any issues in the programming, then definitely it will throw the error for compilers and debuggers for in order to analyze the issues and errors, something like that. We need to debug that compilers and interpreters, etc. What is meant by application software here? This is very much important, guys. Application software, where exactly we are going to perform the software testing. So these are the system software, programming softwares are designed for utilize the softwares. But application software is we are going to perform our testing in the application software. Industrial automation, business software, game, telecoms. So application software is nothing but what? As I told you, to perform some different type of testing, we have specific tools, right? Industrial automation tools, what we call, it can be a Selenium, a UFT automation, or load runner, or JMeter. So these are the different type of automation tools, right? We will call this application software. Industrial automation, we will call it as, and business softwares. Somebody will have their own application for their business to perform certain operations or tasks to the end users. And games, we have different type of games, PUBG, Candy Crush, Temple Run, something like that. We have different type of games. This is also application software and telecoms. These are the different type of various application softwares: system software, program software, application software. Any questions so far, guys? Let us have interaction more before we are proceeding, so that if you have any questions, we can clear about it. Come on, guys, let us more interactive this session, so that others also come to know about your questions and concerns. If you have any doubts, so that if you are explaining something, that will be useful for everybody, right? I know we are joining this manual testing means you should be understand from the beginning onwards. Some of you guys might have already know this basic, but a few guys might have still have some doubts about this different type of testing, some softwares, right? So we are going, let us ensure that we are learning everything from the scratch. Is everybody clear with type of softwares?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is product and what is project? So in the software industry, we will almost hear about project and product. These are the different two terms, right? What is product and project? So when we talk about this product is something which is designed for a specific user, and it will be utilized for certain tasks and to execute certain operations. Okay. And project is nothing but we are performing certain project to build up a product. Some general definition I'm giving to understand. So in this, we have included 4 kind of people here: project, product, and process, and people. These 4 P's are in software project planning included. Okay. These all 4 should be very much important in to come across any particular product. See, in the general definition, if we can see software application is developed for a specific customer requirement, then it is called a project. So that means we are creating a project for a specific customer requirement accordingly, then it is called a project. Example, payment. So in generally, for example, if you can take any some supermarket, DMart, you might have already heard about everybody about DMart. They need some payment system for their own transactions for their customers. So once they buy something from their stores, and they will go to that billing center, billing counter, whatever it is, and they will scan everything and payment process will be happening. They have designed their own application. That is called payment application, which is designed by the specific people as a project. And this is product. If a software application is developed for multiple customer requirements, we'll be calling it as a product. Example what? WhatsApp, Facebook, Paytm. So this WhatsApp is used by multiple users across the global, right? So, for example, Meta company acquired this WhatsApp and designed their own graphics and shared across the people to utilize these services, WhatsApp. Further, it is a product which is utilized for multiple users across the global. Similarly, Facebook. Facebook also one of the social media which is utilized by worldwide people across the and Paytm. Paytm is also transaction application which is designed for multiple users to perform their UPI payments. Understand, guys?
Yes, fine.
So in the industry also, we might have heard about the software product-based company and service-based company. So what is meant by software product-based company and service-based company? Basically, product-based companies are designed for develop a particular project. Sorry, product. It can be a project. Don't get confused about this project and product terminology. So product-based companies work for their own product to give service to their end users. What is the example for product-based companies? Google is a product-based company. They have their own product, Google Chrome, Google Chat, Google, Gmail, and different type of service and many other applications. They have their own products. We call it as a product, their own product. Okay. So another one example is Oracle. They have their own database. It will be given to multiple users and across the organizations, and they are supporting is they have given some license. They are storing the database across the organizations. Example I'm telling for all these product-based companies. So they will be perform their own task to give some end user support. And project, that means service-based companies. In service-based companies, what exactly service-based companies will do? Service-based companies will perform similarly, same as like product, but they will give some services. For example, some industry, e-commerce industry, they want to launch their e-commerce website. They want to design something, some application for their end user. They came up with some kind of requirements across the world, and they will give some products and some access to the users. They want to sell it through this. They need to include some payment system. The user should be able to log in it, purchase it, buy some product, and sell. Also, payment system, everything should be included in that particular website. So these are the customer requirement. Some company will go to that some other company, and they will perform. They will come up with certain requirements with a different type of user requirements, and they will go to that particular company. Example I'll show, right? So that you'll clear more about it. For example, consider ABC is a company, okay, which will be having certain requirement. They want to develop some e-commerce website. What they will do? They will go for a software company. What software it will do? In software company, there will be some development team. we call it the dev team. After completion of this application, testing will happen. Okay. After testing completed successfully, and application directly go to the end user. That means whatever the project which he has given. Okay. So these are the different type of pages you can see. This is the company, and they want to build up their e-commerce website. Okay. So that they have gone to the separate company, and the development team will do it. There will be different type of teams in that development team, testing team. So once everything is completed, the application is completed, right? So they will go to the customer. This is service-based model. Okay, clear, guys? Now, what is software testing? Now we are in the track. Let us talk about the software testing here. Software testing is a part of software development process. So throughout what we have seen here is, this is software development process, right? This is one of the phase here. Testing itself is a phase. It's an activity to detect and identify the defect in the software. The objective of testing is to release quality product to the client. So we have these different type of software definitions for software testing. It's a part of software development life cycle, and it is used to detect or identify the defects. And the objective of this testing is to deliver the quality of the product. Are you following, guys? Hello, can anyone please confirm?
Yes.
Please ask the question if you have any questions, so that we can discuss as well. So that I'll understand, you are able to understand what I'm saying. This is the general definition of the software testing. So if you can see in a Google, you may get multiple type of definitions for software testing. So testing is nothing but work with the client requirement and verify whether the client requirement meet the expectations or not, identify the defects, or giving the quality product, defect-free product, something like that. So these are the general definitions for the software testing. Ultimately, we are performing a software testing to make sure it meets the client requirement without any defects in a general term, in an understandable way. Now, why do we need the testing here? Why software needed testing? Developers will develop their product according to the requirement, and according to the client requirement, developer will do the development, and it will complete and it can go it, right? Why we need the testing in between before delivering the product? Can anyone confirm? Why would you need testing here? Why do we need testing? In your general forms, guys, you can just tell me anything. What is the importance of testing here? Why do we need testing?
Generally, we'll be doing the testing in order to ensure that the product is as per the test cases, which will be satisfying our end user. So our product should be running without any defects or any abnormalities once we launch into the production. So that's the only reason we ensure that testing is done before the production.
Okay, Rohit, thanks for confirming. That's a good definition. Anybody else?
And it is essentially for delivering high quality and reliable and user friendly. That
Exactly.
meets the needs and expectations of
Exactly.
users and stakeholders.
Correct. Okay, so let us talk about why do we need a testing here? So there are certain parameters, guys, to ensure the software is bug free. First of all, so we are ensuring that product don't have a bugs here. Okay, and ensure the system meet the current customer requirement and software specifications.
So to make sure whether the product is developed according to the customer requirement and specifications as per their needs, whether we have covered it or not. Okay, and to ensure that system meet the end user expectations. So accordingly, so whatever the expectation that they have, whether it is meet the expectations or not, the product which is developed by the development team. So testing will interrupt there, and they will get that product and test it according to the end user expectations. And they can assure that whether it is meet the expectations or not. If there is any issues, they will send back to the development team. It is not meet the expectation as per the end user expectations, and we need to fix those areas like that. And coming to the fixing the bugs identified after releasing the expensive. So for example, if there is any bugs are there in that product or application, after it went to the production, it is very costly to fix the bugs, right? Very expensive. So we have to reach it as much as possible. We need to, for example, there is a WhatsApp is there and the user is not able to create a group. Okay. Create a group functionality is disabled for all the users by mistake, and it is on production right now. And the business will impact a lot, right? Nobody cannot use, nobody cannot create any group during the production. That needs to be fixed as soon as possible. And in that little span of time, it is very expensive to fix with multiple development team about those issues, right? For example, if I can see. Take its email. We have username and password and submit button, right? For example, user is able to enter username and able to enter password and then click on submit page. Now, what is the expectation here? After clicking on submit button, what is the expectation once you log in with a valid username and password?
User enter into the
User able to see the Gmail
email.
inbox, right? That is the expectation. But what happens here? User is routing to the some error page. Okay, this is defect which is already in the production. That will take a lot of time to fix it once it is went to the production. So in order to prevent this kind of issues, we have a testing phase here. Okay, that's the reason it's a bug-free and end user expectations and system meet the expectations and releasing the expensive product before we are releasing the product to the production. Production is nothing but what? Production is nothing but end user point of view. That means it is already released the project and it is in the market across the global, right? So during that phase, it is very expensive to fix those bugs. So that's the reason we do have a testing phase here in software development lifecycle. Okay. So testing has to perform their own task and assure that it's meet the client expectation and we can release this product. So that's the reason testing is most important and we need to perform during the software development lifecycle. Okay. Now let us talk about software quality. So what is the software quality meant by here? Quality is nothing but we are defining a justification of all the requirements of a customer in a product. That means we are making sure that we are able to deliver the quality product according to the customer specifications. So you can keep a note on that. Quality is not defined in a product. It is defined by the customer mind. So in your point of view, it is defined, it is correct. But when it's come to the end user perspective, they may think that few more functionalities need to be implemented or something is missing in the application like that. It depends on the customer mind. As a tester, you should be think about customer mindset, not about your own mentality. So it is very much important to have the negative mindset for a QA. So we just don't need to test about the customer requirement. We have to test out of box as well. What we are performing is in-box performance. So first we will perform as an initial phase, what is the customer requirement and whether it is meet the expectations or not. That is the positive testing. Apart from that, we have to do some out of box testing as well. We have to enter some invalid username, invalid password and click on button. So these are negative testing, and valid username and invalid password and click on submit button. How the application is responding for different type of test data. When you are performing, if you can see, valid username is something like, let me enter here. Different type of combination username. As per the development team, it must be the lower case, right? So what you have to think about, what if we enter some lower cases and upper cases? Okay, and you can search for gmail.com. Okay, like that. But actually it is allowing only lower cases, and we need to enter same username with different type of upper cases and lower cases, and we need to test it whether it is working fine or not. Is there any issues or not? Something like that. So we need to perform this kind of negative testing that you will be going to learn in the upcoming session as part of test case designing techniques. Okay. That's about the software quality, and we have to perform different type of testing methodologies and different type of methods. We're using different type of testing techniques. So for am I clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? I think we have another 5 more minutes. I would like to have some questions from each and every one of you, if you have any questions, so that we can clear. Let us have this Q&A session for these 5 minutes.
Hi, Madhu.
Yeah.
This is basic general question. Not interesting. Actually, I'm into the mechanical field, having around 10 years of experience.
Okay.
So just I would like to switch to the testing IT. Okay. What would you suggest for me? Is there any, how it can be helpful? Completely I'm switching the domain after 10 years.
Okay, Chandrasekhar. Yes, you're welcome to change the domain. And the thing is, first, if you are trying to move into the software testing industry, right? First, as a basic need, you need to understand what is manual testing, first of all. For any automation or any other different tool, the basic fundamental is manual testing, how the workflow is happening in the manual testing. And then you can learn some any other automation tool. First, the thing is manual testing is most important. You need to understand different type of testing terminologies, how it will perform, what are the different type of techniques need to be performed before performing that software testing. So as I come across the course content, right, these are the concepts that you need to know as a fundamental, and then you need to learn different type of tools, something like that. But industries means you are moving from electric background, right?
Mechanical. Yeah.
Mechanical background. So from mechanical background to testing, there is some manual testing only jobs also will be there. So they need only functional testing. They don't need any automation. So in that case also, it will be helpful for you for complete manual testing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I mean it will not be that much of difficulty, right?
Right. It is very much easy. Anybody can learn manual testing. There is no any preconditions for this course.
Okay. Thank you.
System knowledge is required. Any other questions from anybody?
Hi, Madhu, Rohit here.
Yeah, Rohit, please.
When it comes to testing, we have a that is behavior driven testing and the test driven testing. When it comes to behavior driven testing, we'll be actually analyzing whether our product is matching with our end user. So how this behavior driven testing is done? I mean, what is the process in that? Just overview if you can.
Yes. So behavior driven development, BDD testing, what we call it as behavior driven development, means it's a Cucumber BDD approach. Basically, so comes under the automation point of view. Okay, so when we are learning about some automation testing like Selenium, other tools, we will have certain pattern, behavioral driven development, by using different type of keywords like given, when, then. This is some Gherkin language is there, like given, when, then format. So when you say given Indian format, this comes under automation testing basically, but I'm still giving some answer for you as you asked me. Behavioral driven development. Behavioral driven development. So basically, it will be performed using some getting language, given, when, then, and something like this. We have to perform testing using the behavioral driven development, which using the getting language. So what is given means? Given means user has given some value, username and password. And when means when user click on submit button. And then means what will happen then? Then is something like output. User should see Gmail. And user login name. See. So this is a getting language. That means we are giving some inputs. Given is nothing but an input. When is nothing but an submit button. This is also input. And then is nothing but an output. What is happening? And is the continuation for the previous keyword. So these are the different keywords which we need to use while performing the behavioral driven development. Basically, which will be performed in the during the automation testing, not in the manual testing. Don't worry about it. That you will be going to learn if you enroll this automation testing in the Selenium or any other automation.
Okay, this course that will be covering Selenium as well, this manual testing.
This completely pure manual testing or automation course, Rohit. Automation testing we are planning, and we'll be adding that course content as well that you need to be enrolled in separately.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other question from anybody? Please ask guys if you have any question so that we can clear about it before begin. We are wrapping up the session. If no question, are we good to wrap up? Anybody? Okay, guys, I think I'll be considering it as no question. Okay. Thanks for joining, and we'll meet again tomorrow and discuss more topics tomorrow. And till then, have a nice day, guys. Thanks for joining. It's very nice talking to you and interaction.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Madhu.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.